give credit to Beterbiev. He's a different level, and he showed again more than just the beast mode. More than just the beast mode. He showed how smart he is. He showed that he could adapt and use that, show that dimension, which he did. Him and Bivol. I want to see him and Bivol. I mean, that would, or him and Canelo, or him and Canelo. But I don't think Canelo wants to see him.
This was going to be my next question to you. Actually, two questions. Number one, where do you put Beterbiev on the pound for pound list? And number two, who wins Beterbiev Bivol?
Good question. Two questions. First of all, I'm not being a Monday morning quarterback. I already got him on my top 10 list. I don't know where, but wherever it is, I might move him up one notch or something. But not too many, because he beat a guy that he's better than. He beat a guy who's available. A good, tough, good puncher, strong guy. But he did beat a guy made to order. A little bit. So I'm not going to boost him up to it. But he's already on that great list. He's already on that special list. So I would... And as far as him and Bivol, I would pick Bivol to win. I would pick Bivol to win right now because I think Bivol has the style, the pedigree to match the amateur pedigree, to match Beterbiev with all the amateur fights. That pedigree is, that you need that pedigree. That I think he has that. Or it helps at least. Bivol's got that pedigree, the amateur background. He's got the style. He's got the mentality. He showed that against Canelo. I think he's got the style to fight, the kind of fight you have to fight with Beterbiev. Smart, on the outside, consistent, disciplined, can't make mistakes. I think he could outbox him, but it would be very... It'd be very interesting to see. And you know what? I'd like to go into history, right? We just talked about that. I'm going to throw a fight at you, Ken, for the great fans out there, that it reminds me of. Where it never happened. But it's a fight that I would have loved it to happen. I think fans would have liked it to happen. It would have been very interesting if a young Roberto Duran fought a young Pernell Whitaker. It reminds me of that because Duran would represent Beterbiev, ferocious, strong, good puncher, aggressive when he has, for the most part, all of that. But also the dimension of high IQ that people forget about sometimes, that Duran was smart, very smart too, just like Beterbiev showed he can be. But he was, for the most part, the more aggressive, physical, better puncher. And Pernell Whitaker, a scientist, like a Mayweather, a scientist, defensive whiz, knew how to counterpunch, knew how to box, knew how to do, and had the amateur pedigree, Olympic gold medalist, So I think that comes to mind. A young, and I would have loved to see that fight. I would have loved to see the offense, the destructive mentality, if you will, and power of a young Duran versus the wizardry, the magic of Pernell Whitaker defensively, counterpunching, strategy. I would have loved to see who comes out on top in that one. It really would have been interesting. That's how I look at this one. I know it's different weight classes, but that's how lightweights, junior whatever, welter, but compared to light heavies. But that's what I look at. And it would be very interesting to see that fight. And again, it would also be interesting, it's not going to happen, if Canelo fought Beterbiev, because now you're talking about a different style than the style that Bivol brought into the ring to beat him. Not just to outbox him, but where Beterbiev could hurt you. Beterbiev could put the, we just talked about, you talked about the Chrissy Martin interview coming up. She talked about it by saying, we're in the hurt business. You know, at the end of the day, we're in the hurt business in boxing. And Beterbiev knows how to put the hurt on you. And he would try to put that hurt on Canelo if that fight ever made. But again, great job. Great job by Beterbiev. I know a lot of fans there that were Joe Smith fans were disappointed. But again, congratulations, kudos to him and his team to get there, to fight for a world title. A laborer, the union, the laborers union, right? A son of that, fights, world champion, fights in Madison Square Garden, makes a lot of money. Good for him.
I had to give a chuckle, and I never want to be disrespectful to anyone, but Anthony Yard saying after the fight that he thought Beterbiev was slow and he wants him, like, Anthony, big fan, but you got knocked out by a jab from 1,000-year-old Kovalev. You do not want to be in a fight with Beterbiev. I get that you want the payday, but like you just said, Teddy, there's levels to it. And I like Anthony Yard. He's a good-looking kid. He's strong. This would be a complete and one-way beatdown. I hope they don't make that. I hope they try to get the Bivol fight, but I have zero confidence in that fight getting made because one promoter out of the two is going to lose all of the belts. So either Bivol's promoter is going to walk away with all the belts. Is he with? I know he's on DAZN. Is he with Eddie Hearn as a promoter? Bivol.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's fight to fight deal, or couple fights. I don't know if he's close to being a free agent or has now maybe become one. I don't know what he had to agree to get the Canelo fight, to fight the Golden Goose, even though he was the champ. But still, the guy
that probably made more in that fight than he made in his entire career.
Yeah, no, you're right. He's fighting the Golden Goose, even though he's the champ. Canelo didn't bring a title to the ring, but he brought the money, obviously. So I know he's with Eddie Hearn, Bivol. I would assume he's still with him, but I don't know. Again, I don't know if that was a couple fights left on a contract, fight to fight. I don't know, but I'm sure Matchroom is probably still. I would think is still there with Eddie Hearn.